Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness. I am so delighted you're here with me today. Today I am going to be talking about limiting beliefs, what it is that you really want, and why are your limiting beliefs keeping you stuck. And I'm also going to give you some exercises that you can do to help identify your limiting beliefs and also help you blast through them. But before we get started with today's episode, I want to let you know that I am going to be traveling. I am going to be going to Italy, Croatia, Greece, and Spain. And you can follow me on my adventures if you follow my Dapper Dreams travel page, and I'm going to have the link in the show notes because I would love for you to come along with me. I will be posting videos and pictures of my trip, and some of you may or may not know this, but I also am a travel agent. I just started doing this about 2 years ago on the side, and I absolutely love it. So if you have any travel needs, you want to book a vacation, you can work with me for free. All you have to do is reach out through my Dapper Dreams travel page, or you can message me on my other page, and I can help you book and plan your trip for absolutely no cost to you for working with me. And I do all of the work. I book all of the tours, all of the hotels, the flights, and everything. And all you have to do is go and enjoy your amazing vacation. So if you want to follow me, I would love to have you there. I'm going to have the link in the show notes for my Dapper Dreams travel page. And if you go there, you will be able to see, again, live stream videos because we're doing a cruise, and also pictures of us and the different activities that we're doing. And it might just give you some inspiration for a vacation of your own. So go and follow me over there. I would love to have you, and I would love for you to see our awesome and amazing adventure. We've decided since my mom passed away that we're going to live life to the fullest, and I highly, highly recommend that you do too. Take the vacations. You never know how much time you have left. You need to spend your time here on earth enjoying every single minute of it. Also, while I have your attention, I want to make you aware of another podcast. I have been honored to be a part of the Ethereal Podcast Network, and we are partnering up to bring like-minded podcasts together. And so the podcast that I want to talk to you about for this month is Sense of Soul. The Sense of Soul podcast. There you will find enlightening conversations with amazing lightworkers, authors, spiritual leaders, and healers from all over the world. They share their experience through the journey of life, finding the light within, turning pain into purpose, and awakening to experience their true sense of soul. So if you like Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, you are sure to like Sense of Soul podcast. You can check it out. The link to the podcast will be in the show notes. All right, so we're going to be talking about something that I think a lot of people struggle with, which are limiting beliefs. The thing is, most of us think we know what our limiting beliefs are, but oftentimes we do not even know either the depth of that limiting belief, or we have other limiting beliefs that we're just unaware of because they're going on autopilot in our subconscious. What is a limiting belief anyway? I know those of you who've been listening to my show for a while probably know what a limiting belief is because I've talked about them before. But a limiting belief is any self-deprecating thought that holds you back from growing as a person. It can be in any area of your life. So a limiting belief can be about your body. You can say, I will never be able to lose this weight. I'm not capable. I'm always going to have this extra weight. It can be about your finances. I always have to work hard for my money. Money is hard to come by. It can be around your abilities. I don't have enough. I don't have what it takes. It can be over any area of your life. The problem with these limiting beliefs are that they keep you stuck where you are because either the thought brings up so much fear that you don't even try to go after what it is you want, or you keep attracting the same stuff over and over again. You have blocks to your abundance or to your ability to lose weight or to do all the things. This fear keeps you stuck and you're not able to manifest these things because you're stuck on this particular pattern of thinking. Now, those of you who understand what the law of attraction is, it's like attracts like, right? Your energy attracts your reality. And so if you are stuck on these negative thoughts, you're attracting more of that. What happens most of the time when we try to manifest is that we focus on the fact that we don't have what it is that we want, so we're focusing on the lack instead of focusing on the thing that we want. And this is tricky too, because you don't want to obsess over a thing. Instead, you want to make it like a lighthearted game. I've seen a lot lately about women saying like, I'm a lucky girl, I'm so lucky. The point of this saying that I'm so lucky, I'm a lucky girl, is that you're inviting things to happen to you that are, we would consider blessings. Things that you would say, oh, I'm so lucky because I found $20. I'm so lucky because this opportunity came my way. It really isn't about luck, but when we give that attitude to it, like, I'm just so lucky, look at all the things that happen, we are more open to receiving things. Because if we think we have to be worthy of things, that is where our blocks come in. If we just think we're lucky and it just happens and we had nothing to do with that, a lot of people are able to manifest easier because they're releasing any attachment that you have to be worthy and deserving. Now, we do want to address those because we do want to work on our self-confidence and our self-esteem, and we do want to blast through those limiting beliefs. But in the immediate future, if you're one of those people who is having a difficult time feeling like you're worthy of the things you want to manifest, try waking up every day and just saying, I'm so lucky, I'm a lucky girl. Really lucky things happen to me. Because again, I think, everyone says you have to fake it till you make it, but I truly believe that for many people, until you really work on those limiting beliefs, it is hard for you to manifest because you cannot assign things happening to you because you do not feel worthy of it. So saying I'm lucky, luck always comes my way, takes that identity part out of it for you saying like, I'm worthy of all these good things happening. I mean, you absolutely are worthy of that. But if you can't say that yet, if you don't feel that yet, try saying, I'm so lucky. Lucky things happen to me all the time. Wonderful things just show up for me because I'm such a lucky person. Try doing it that way first. Now, let's address the limiting beliefs because you can do the lucky thing, but I truly believe that most of us came here to blast through those limiting beliefs that keep us stuck. We want to change and shift our mindset so we don't have to just say, I'm a lucky person. We can say, good things always happen to me because I'm a good person and I deserve it and I'm worthy of everything that I want, and everything that I want also wants me. So what are some limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck? A few examples, you might say to yourself, I'm not good enough. I'll never be successful. I don't have enough experience. I'm not smart enough. I'll never be a great leader. And all of those things can keep us stuck. I have to work really hard for money, or I don't have enough money. This is one I think where a lot of people struggle because they think they don't have enough. The thing about money is the universe is infinite. You don't have to worry about how it's going to come in. And I say this to you, having experienced this myself. When I first started teaching at the new district where I got hired 4 years ago, I took a pay cut. They weren't going to give me all of the years that I deserved. And in the teaching position and in the teaching field, if any of you out there teachers know this, there's not room for you to make a ton of money in education. It's just set in stone. This is your contract, and you may get a 3% raise the next year, and then maybe the next year. You're never going to get a ton of money coming in a promotion unless you switch jobs completely. So I wanted to manifest more money, but I didn't put any kind of attachment to it like that it would be in teaching. I thought it can come in whatever way. It can come in so many ways. That was not one of the areas that I expected it. But we renegotiated our contract, and the district said, we want to take out this clause where we can only pay people for 5 years of experience because we're not able to hire good quality people with this in here. And the union said, we don't want that in there. We've never wanted that in there. But if you take that out, you have to go back and pay all these people that you just hired with that clause in there because it isn't fair. So they agreed, and that's what they did. And so my years of service jumped dramatically, which equaled a dramatic pay raise. And I never expected that because I thought that doesn't happen in education. My point in telling you this is we have to let go of how everything's supposed to show up, how it's going to come in. We have to let go of the attachment to everything. That's part of manifesting. But I think the important thing here too is also to recognize where you have limiting beliefs. Now, some of them may be extremely obvious to you, and you may be able to identify the areas of your life where you struggle a lot. Maybe it's in love, maybe it's in money, whatever it is. That's great. It's great that you can identify that. But I would bet that there are some that you have no idea you even have. So this one exercise to identify the limiting beliefs I really love because it's kind of a backwards design. You start with what it is that you're wanting to manifest that you're just not able to manifest. So if it's that dream relationship or that dream home, start with that. What is the thing that I've been so desperately trying to manifest and it's just not coming to me? What is that thing? Write that down on a piece of paper. So when you do this exercise, I want you to take some time for yourself and have a pen and paper with you. And I always, before I do any kind of exercise like this, I want to set the intention and set the mood for what I'm doing. So I need to first start by taking a few deep breaths, clearing my energy, and setting the intention out there to the universe. I am trying to identify and get rid of any limiting beliefs that are holding me back. So now, think about the thing you wanted to manifest. What is it? It's the dream home. Then I want you to write, I am unable to manifest this dream home because, and just see what comes out for you. And just write as much as you can about it. I am unable to manifest this dream home because I don't have enough money to buy it, and I don't have enough money to buy it because I have a crappy job. Just keep going and going and going. From there, you're going to see where your limiting beliefs are. Oh, I never feel like I have enough money. I don't have enough. The universe doesn't always provide for me. That's a limiting belief. Oh, I don't feel like I have enough skill or what it takes to get a better job. That's a limiting belief. Go through until you've identified each of these limiting beliefs. And that's why I love this backwards design. Then once you've identified it, and all of your limiting beliefs are based on fear. It's really fear. If you have imposter syndrome, because all these people say you're great, but you don't see it, or you think that you're faking it. That's really just fear. It's fear that people are going to see who you really are, and it's fear of being vulnerable, and it's fear of being genuine. It all boils down to fear. Once you know what your limiting beliefs are, there are a few ways that you can tackle them. The first thing that you can do is to analyze that fear and ask yourself this question. Is this fear legitimate? Or am I making this fear bigger than it is? And the way that you can ask yourself this question is to look for proof. Okay, I never have enough money. Is that true? You know what? No, that's not true, because at the end of each paycheck, I do have enough money. It's just that fear that I think I'm not going to have enough, but I always have enough. Is your fear rational or not? Analyze that. The other thing you can do is, if you see that, okay, it is a rational thing, I am afraid of this, and sometimes it is true, then we need to reframe your thoughts. One of the quickest and easiest ways to try to start doing that is through EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, also called tapping, where you tap on pressure points on your body and you repeat things. So Brad Yates, Yates, has a YouTube channel. A lot of people have YouTube channels. He's the one that I really like, but you can really just search for EFT tapping lack of money, or tapping fear. Really, it's fear. But if you want to get specific, tapping for lack of money, those things, tapping for abundance, whatever. Find it. And before you get started, take a deep breath and ask yourself, check in with your body. How big is this fear on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10, it's so big, it's paralyzing me. I have so much anxiety around this. I could have a panic attack if I just start to think about this. 0 being it doesn't affect me at all. I'm not bothered by it. Check in with yourself. Where is this fear? Then do the tapping. Then take another deep breath again after the tapping and check in with yourself again. Now, where is this fear? And you may have moved from a 10 to a 9 or an 8. That's moving in the right direction, but we want to clear it. We don't want to just lessen it. We want to get rid of it. So if it's at a 10 right at the beginning, you know this is a huge fear for you. You want to get rid of this fear. So again, do the tapping. And then again, at the end, take a breath. Where am I at? Where is this fear now? You want to get as close to 0 as possible. So do it as many times as you need to. You can also do guided meditations for releasing whatever the issue is. And again, the identifying the fear is so important first, because then you'll know which tool you can use to actually get rid of it. And there's so many tools out there. What might work for you and might not work for somebody else. So I'm giving you this list of tools. You figure out what works. If you do the tapping, you're like, I hated that. Don't do another tapping. Find something else. There are guided meditations. Again, go to YouTube. I have some on my YouTube channel. A guided meditation for getting rid of fear surrounding money or whatever it is. Do the guided meditation. Again, if you don't think it helped, let's move on to something else. I really like looking at whether or not this fear is, if it's rational. And most of the time it's not. And you can change your mindset around that by looking at the proof in your life. Oh my gosh, when I was worried about this, this happened. And I was totally taken care of. There's absolutely 0 proof that I never have enough. In fact, there's more evidence to say that I always have enough. And now we're going to reframe that to, I always have enough. Positive affirmations are another way. Reframe your thoughts. So if you get through this exercise and you go, okay, my limiting belief is I'm not talented enough to do this project. Reframe that. I have more than enough talent to do this project. I might need to pick up a few more skills, but I have more than enough and I'm capable of doing this project. It's important to be patient with yourself because this is a process. You don't heal limiting beliefs once and then they never creep back up again. That's not how it happens at all. It doesn't work that way. It would be so awesome if it did. But I've been dealing with the same limiting beliefs in my life for years. They get better and better. It gets better. So don't be like, oh my gosh, it's never going to go away, so why do I even bother working on it? That's not the case. It gets easier. It gets better. But it's the layers. It's coming up for you because for some of you, you're battling your ancestral lineage, right? You've had years of people being broke in your ancestry in that line, and you're trying to heal all of that for your whole family by yourself. So have patience and don't curse your family. It's not their fault. But have patience with yourself and continue to work. And again, as things come up, like you may do the tapping and then a week later, you may feel like you need to do it again. Do it as often as you feel that you need to. And here's the thing I love. That thing that you started with at the beginning where you say, I will never manifest my dream house because I have a fear surrounding money. We're going to now burn that and we're going to reframe that. And we're going to set that intention out to the universe and we're going to let it go. And we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to worry about how it happens. We're not going to think about it. And when the intrusive thought comes up, which it will because they always do, you need to redirect your thoughts. Everything is a choice. You can choose to dwell on that negative thinking. It's only going to make you miserable and it's going to block what you're trying to come in. So instead, redirect that thought. And that's why those affirmations are so great because we can redirect our thoughts and redirect the inner script by saying those affirmations that we made up, the reframing that we made up, like my dream home is being built as we speak. Okay, reframing it. Everything I want wants me. Everything always comes to me in perfect and divine timing. Everything I want is coming. I'm a lucky girl, right? Or I'm a lucky guy. Also, start daydreaming. Just daydream about what it would be like to be in your home. What do the windows look like? Try thinking about how you would decorate that home. Like, what color would I have the walls? Where would I want the windows? Where would the kitchen be? Because that's fun. It's fun to think about things like that. It's not fun to think I'm stuck here and I'm never going to have a happy life, right? It's a choice. It's always a choice we make. So reframe that and redirect your thoughts and just daydream and have fun with it. Daydreaming is close to manifesting because we're thinking about the thing we want and it feels good, and we think about how it would feel to have it. It makes us happy, and we just kind of go off into that dreamland of, oh, this would be fantastic. Well, those are the things you need in order to manifest. It's the vibration of being in alignment. You know, if you listen or follow Abraham Hicks, The Teachings of Abraham, which is by Esther and Jerry Hicks, they talk about your vortex. And your vortex is the space where all of the things that you want to manifest are held. You have to be in a vibrational alignment with them in order to see them come in. So, in order to be in alignment with them, you have to feel like you're able to achieve them and that it would be a wonderful and amazing thing to have them. That's where that daydreaming comes in, because you're more in that energetic alignment with what you want rather than focusing on the lack of it. And it feels so much better. It feels like a better place to be. So stop focusing on the fact that you don't have it. Instead, start doing things like daydreaming about the design of your house, or if it's a partner, daydreaming about the vacations you will take or the things that you will go and do together. Think about the happy things. It's not being ignorant and just not being in reality. It's just that it's a much more pleasant way to live through life, not to focus on all the negative, but instead to see all of the wonderful things that are already around you and to know that there's so much more coming in for you. At least that's how I choose to perceive it. So I hope that that was helpful. And I wanted to pull a few cards for you today because I love this deck, the Soul Truth Self-Awareness card deck by Brianne Hovey. One of my listeners, Ginger, was kind enough to gift me this deck, which was so thoughtful. That's always so amazing to get gifts like that. And I, of course, use them. I use them when I do my live card readings on Patreon. If you join us, you can sign up for a free membership. It's a 7-day free trial. You get extra podcast episodes, the videos of all of my interviews that I do with guests that I have on the show. Plus, once a week, we do a live card reading and I pull a card spread for each person on the live to give them some guidance for the upcoming week. And it's just a really awesome community because everyone there is so supportive of one another. And it's kind of like therapy, except much more fun and a lot cheaper. So I have the link in the show notes. If you want to join us and you want to sign up for a free trial, please go there. We would love to see you and to have you there. So the cards that came out today from this deck, which I love this deck, the first card that came out is, what is the most limiting belief keeping me from what I want right now? So in other words, what is the limiting belief? Which one is keeping me from what I want the most right now? What story are you telling yourself? When you think about your dreams, what is the first limiting thought that comes to your mind? If you are not living the life you desire, it's because a part of you doesn't believe it's possible. Today's soul action is it's time to upgrade. Look at your belief in the eye. Where did it come from? What new belief are you ready to adopt in its place? How will this change your results? Remember, your belief is the root of your result. Own it, heal it, upgrade it. I love that. And if you do some of the things we talked about today, you can start to heal those and it will be so much better for you. The next card, which I love because I believe this kind of goes right along with this, is how can I deepen my trust right now? A big part of manifesting is trusting that the universe has our backs. It's trusting that the universe is always working behind the scenes on our behalf to bring us what's for our highest good. But we have to remember that it comes in divine timing. Trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. You can trust. You can trust yourself. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. And I know that many of you lost trust and faith in people because when you were younger, the caregivers around you did not make you feel safe. But as an adult, you are 100% responsible for changing the way you feel about that. We're not relying on anyone else to make us feel safe. We have to rely on ourselves to make us feel safe. And how do we do that? By trusting ourselves, by trusting that we're going to make the right decisions when it comes to our own best interest. That if we're around people who don't make us feel good, we're going to walk away from those situations. We can trust ourselves, and that's where it truly begins. And once you learn to really fully trust yourself and know that you will keep yourself safe, you can start to trust others again. Today's soul action is let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. I love that. And the last card coming out today is, am I focused on what I want most? One reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate on our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. So what is it that you really want? Maybe you don't even know. Maybe that's where you need to start, is what do I even want in my life? Today's soul action is when what you focus on grows. Today, ask yourself, is my life a reflection of my values, or do I just need to make adjustments? Prioritize. So is your life working for you or against you? Are you focused on doing things that bring you joy and bring you a life you want? Or are you stuck doing things you don't want to do and it's not bringing you any joy? Sometimes we need to clean up our lives. We need to get rid of what isn't working and what is no longer serving us in order to bring in and make room for the things that are. All right, I hope that was helpful. I am so thankful for each and every one of you. If you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a positive review from wherever you're listening. And the greatest compliment you can pay me is to share this podcast with those you think might benefit. If you are interested in learning more about any particular topic that you would like me to do a podcast episode about, reach out. I love getting feedback from my audience. And if there are things you'd like to learn more about, if I can't learn more about it and reach out to you guys with that information, I will find a guest who can. So I hope that you have a beautiful week, and I am sending you so much love and light. I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.